Hello. Hi everyone. Welcome to Verbling. I am teacher Oakley. Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending. In this class, this is a kind of a beginner's class. We're going to be talking about numbers, everything to do with numbers. We're going to talk about how to speak equations. We'll be talking about how to say time, tell time in English. We'll be talking about cardinal and ordinal numbers, and we'll talk a little bit about stress in numbers, and all kinds of everything that has to do with speaking about numbers. So anybody who might be I don't know, a math teacher, or anyone who's an engineer, or any beginner ESL student, or anyone who has a weakness in speaking about numbers, this would be a good class for you to join. And you will learn how to tell the difference between cardinal, nominal, and ordinal numbers for starters, and a lot more, hopefully. Hello out there. Hello viewers. Hello Gabriel. How are you doing? Please do come on in and join me. And we'll get started talking about numbers. While I'm waiting for, hopefully, for students to join, I guess I can share with you, do a little screen share. We're going to talk about, first of all, cardinal, ordinal, and nominal numbers. Okay. So what is the difference between cardinal, ordinal, and nominal numbers? All right, well, cardinal numbers is what we count with. How many cardinal numbers are also called counting numbers. Very simple. So anytime we're counting things, 1 a cell phone, yes, 2 speakers. These are cardinal numbers, okay, or counting numbers. What's the difference between cardinal and ordinal numbers? Well, taking a look, ordinal numbers tell the order of things in a set, like first, second, third, etc., etc. Ordinal numbers do not show quantity. They're not about counting. They show rank or position. For example, if you run in a race and you come in third, all right, third is not really counting. It's your rank in the race. Third, fourth, fifth, 23rd, 28th, 50th. Hawaii is the 50th state in the United States. Hello, Alberto. How are you?
Hello, teacher. Fine.
Nice
to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
So, were you able to see the first part of the class, talking about cardinal and ordinal numbers?
Not, but well, I know about it.
Okay.
I think so.
Your speaker's a little low. Actually, I can just barely hear you. If you can adjust it a little or something, or bring it closer or whatever. Okay, let me review then really quickly here for you. All right, talking about cardinal, ordinal, and nominal numbers. First of all, cardinal numbers show us how many of something. A cardinal number are counting numbers. 8 puppies, 14 friends. All right. Ordinal numbers, on the other hand, show rank or order. For example, third, fastest, sixth in line, the 50th. Okay, these are ordinal numbers. And then last of all, we have nominal numbers, like the numbers that you see on your favorite football player's jersey. Okay, that's called a nominal number. A phone number is a nominal number. Actually, an interesting thing about nominal numbers and phone numbers. Hello, Jose. How are you?
Hello, fine. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, nice to see you. And Jose and Jose, other Jose.
Yes.
2 Joses. Okay, let me once again demonstrate cardinal numbers. There are 2 Joses. Yeah. Okay, how are you?
Fine, teacher. And you?
I'm good. I want you to do something for me. I want to try a little experiment. Give me a phone number. Not obviously, we're here in a public place, so don't give me your real phone number. But give me a fake phone number in your country. Where are you from, Jose?
Spain.
Spain. Oh,
Spain.
Here we go.
From Spain.
All right. So this may not work so well, but go ahead and. All right, go ahead and give me a fake number, you know, like a Hollywood number, like the 555 number.
Yeah. 651.
Okay.
357.
All right.
451.
451. Okay, so one number at a time. All right, that was interesting. I want to continue. I'm going to ask Alberto. Alberto, give me a fake phone number, not real.
651 925 156.
Okay. Are you guys in the same area code? Really? 651? Okay, other Jose.
Okay.
All right, try giving me a phone number.
Okay.
Fake phone number.
983 5407 29.
Okay. Well, that was kind of interesting. All right, all of you guys gave me 9 numbers, but you did it in a couple different ways. First 2 gentlemen gave me one number at a time, 3 sets of numbers, right? The other Jose, however, gave me a set of 3, and then 2, 2, and 2, 3 sets of 2. You will notice that around the world, when you ask for phone numbers, that people will give you totally different, will actually say phone numbers in different ways. Most Americans say 3322 or 334, one or the other. 802, 555, 6868, like that. Very common. Different countries, it's totally different. So sometimes when you're getting phone numbers from someone in a different country, it has a very strange rhythm. Okay? Actually, I did this exercise to kind of illustrate something for you guys. You know, we heard my rhythm and your rhythm were different. The sets of words that we use when we're speaking can be different, just like the rhythm of a phone number. It's very interesting because as a kind of an experiment, if you try giving somebody a phone number with a strange rhythm, not normal in your country or whatever, you will find that it's very, very difficult for them to understand the phone number. They have to ask you to repeat it again, repeat it third time. It's an interesting little experiment. It has to do with it's very similar to why we need to keep a certain type of rhythm. It sort of demonstrates how important rhythm is in speaking. If you try this, okay, let's try a little experiment. Is this a cardinal number or an ordinal number? Let's try this. Hang on a second. I'm going to do a little screen share and then give you guys a little kind of a test. Pop quiz that you didn't know you were going to get a pop quiz here. Okay, hang on. Jose, cardinal or ordinal? Number 1. Jose, yeah, that one. That Jose. Yeah, Jose 1.
1 is a cardinal number.
Is a cardinal number. Very good. Alberto, 3rd.
Yeah, an ordinal one.
An ordinal number. Not. Other Jose. Not. Yeah, it's N-O-U-G-H-T. Or nada. Or 0.
Ordinal number.
Actually, that's a cardinal number. 0 is the lack of anything to count, of course. All right. Other Jose, 1st.
1st is it's ordinal.
Yes, it is. Okay, Alberto, what cardinal or ordinal? We use these kinds of numbers with dates.
It's ordinal.
Ordinal? Okay, Friday the 13th. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, correct. All right, Jose, we use these numbers with names of kings and queens.
Cardinal numbers.
Cardinal? Well, no. Well, no. Like, for example, Louis the 14th, Henry the 8th.
Okay.
Okay,
Ordinal.
so yeah, we
Okay,
use ordinal numbers, right? Okay. All right, hotel rooms. What do you think, Alberto?
I think we use the cardinal ones.
Sure, room 8, room 604. Okay. Other Jose? Floors of a building. Jose Andres?
Me?
Yeah.
Cardinal.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cardinal numbers.
Cardinal?
Yes.
Well, if we're going to count them, yes, it's a kind of a trick question. The building I live in has 8 floors. Yes. But where do I live? I live on the 8th floor. So that was a kind of a trick question. It depends. When I'm referring to where I live, for example, 8th floor. Okay. Other Jose. Person's age. Yeah.
Cardinal.
Ordinal? How?
Cardinal.
Well, this is a little bit of a trick question too.
The person age,
Yeah,
I think, is a cardinal number.
yes, it is. But how about if we're going to a birthday party? If you're
Birthday party.
birthday.
It's ordinal
Yeah, okay. We're going
because it is a date.
well, because we go to a birthday party, we go to someone's 50th birthday or someone's first birthday party.
Oh,
So we sort of rank it in what order, how many years you've lived. Yeah, okay. Okay. Alberto,
Yeah.
popes. Yeah.
Then it could be like queens and kings, then ordinal.
Yeah. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? Because we have, of course, the popes get ordinal numbers, not cardinal, like
Cardinal.
Bishop,
Huh?
cardinal.
Ah,
Great. Kind of strange. Okay, Mr. Senor Andres.
Okay.
Hang on a second. I have a question for you. I would like you to try to speak, okay, to say this equation. Can you see it? Yeah.
For I don't know, for 3 equal 12.
Okay, close. There's two ways. I can say 4, most common way, 4 times 3 equals 12. Or I can say 4 multiplied by 3 equals 12. Okay, we can say equals, but really, native speakers usually say is. Probably the most common way to say that would be 4 times 3 is 12. All right. Let's look at another one. Hang on. Okay. Other Jose here. Let me make this big enough to see.
4 and 3
Okay.
is 7.
Okay, 4 and 3 is 7. All right. Can you think of another way to say that?
4 plus 3
Very good. 4 plus 3 equals 7.
equals 7.
Right on. Very good. Okay. And, all right. Whoops. What am I doing here? Okay. How about this one, Alberto?
is 4 minus 3 is 1.
Yep. Very good. Can you think of another way to say that?
No.
Okay. There's actually a couple ways. 3 subtracted from 4, subtracted from, instead of like multiplied by, we use from. 3 from 4. I can even say subtracted from 4, or I can even just say 3 from 4 is 1. Or 3 subtracted from 4 leaves 1 even. Actually, there's a few ways to say that. Okay. Well, kind of giving it away here, but... All right. Other Jose, Mr. Andres. Okay, this is a little weird here. The line, obviously, should be in the middle. Oh, here. Okay, I can do this. Ah, there we go. All right, go ahead, Jose.
4 divided 4 equal 1.
Okay, that's right. I can say 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Can you think of any other way to say it?
I don't...
Okay.
No, I don't know.
All right. Well, let me help you. I actually wrote it here. I kept it small, though. I can actually say 4 goes into 4 one time.
Okay.
4 goes into 4 one time. Okay, continuing. Jose, can you try to say this in English?
Okay, I try. 1 by 4 equal 25%.
Okay. This guy here, I can say, there's a couple ways I can say it. I can say 1/4. All right, okay. With fractions, that's called a fraction. With fractions, I can use ordinals to talk about fractions, and it actually is counting. All right, a quarter. I can also say a quarter. I can say 1/4 is the same as 1/4 or a quarter. I can say 1/4 or a quarter, either one. Or I can say 1/4. All right. Next. What's this one, Alberto?
A half.
A half. Okay. Okay, now with this I can say a half. That's correct. But although I can say 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, like that, I cannot say 1/2. It's just completely, you cannot do it. So this is a half and only a half. Okay. All right. So let's try this one. Jose Andres.
3/5 equals 60%. Equal, I don't see now. Equal 6 tenths.
Okay. Now, notice we've got a couple weird words here, and that is very good. Or we might say 3/5 equals 60%, which also equals 6/10. We might say it like that. But besides that, we've got a couple weird things going on I want to talk to you about. All right. This word, fifth. All right? Fifth. Okay, it's kind of strange because we've got an F sound and a TH sound and an S sound. It's hard to say, right? It's hard to say fifth. Forget it. So you know what? That is hard for a native speaker to say all that. So we don't. This is very common with, especially in ordinal numbers. What we do when we have, usually we're talking about 3 separate sounds, phonetic sounds, F, TH, S, for example. What we often do when we have this problem, it feels weird, it sounds weird, it's uncomfortable to say, it's uncomfortable to hear. So we simply reduce the pronunciation. So fifths just becomes, I just get rid of the F. Fifths. And we don't really pronounce it fully. Okay, this is very common. Tenths. Now tenths. I'm not really pronouncing the TH sound, right? Tenth. Just quickly going from the N to the S with a little, really underpronounced TH. Tenths. We do this very commonly in ordinal numbers. Some of them, are very difficult to say because you have the TH and the S. If you add that to, another consonant, gets complicated. But we also do that in other cases, like 1 month, 2 months. Notice I'm not really pronouncing the TH in 2 months. 2 months. Okay? Actually, this is a common thing when we have 3 separate consonants. Like another example is asked. Okay? The correct pronunciation, totally correct, is an S, a K, and a T sound, which sounds great if you're playing drums, and sounds great if you're playing the drums, but it sounds crazy if you're speaking. So we don't do that. We don't say asked. We just simply stretch the T sound a little, and normally speaking, we say asked. The student asked me a question. Okay, totally okay. Even it's better than okay. It's totally normal to do this. Reduced pronunciation, and it's actually expected. Ordinal numbers, very, very common to reduce pronunciation. Okay, let's look at another. Let's look at another one here. All right, how am I going to say this, Jose? Jose?
Yes.
First Jose. Second, I don't know. Hang on. I forgot to share it. Duh. Here we go. This one here, in the blue. How do I say this number? Oh my gosh.
3.142647751.
Okay, that is correct. That's right. When you have decimals, you say 3 point whatever, 1.5, 7.84, whatever it is. That's absolutely correct. Can anybody? Can you guys think of another way to say this? Whole thing? No? Yeah, no mathematicians here. Okay. All right. I can also just call that pi. It's pi. The number continues on and on. It's not the complete number, but that is pi. It's a mathematical number that you use to calculate. What do you calculate? The diameter of a circle or the area of a circle? Now I can't remember, but
yeah.
Any case, yeah, you can just say pi.
How can you read this?
Pi. Can you see the? Can you see the chat box? Pi. That's it. Did you see recently there was a movie? What was that movie? Did any of you guys see the movie with the Indian boy and his family tries to go to Canada? His family has a zoo, and the boat sinks, and so the boy gets lost in the ocean on a small boat with a tiger and an orangutan. What? Did you see that?
Yes, a famous movie.
Yeah, recent, 3 months ago.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you remember in that movie, the boy's name was Pi. Or he got the nickname Pi. Okay. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that, all that. Okay, hang on, Alberto.
Yeah.
About Alberto. All right. Try. Okay. How do you say this one?
1.300.
Okay. This is a comma here. It's not a period. So this is, you can say 1,300. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Is there another way I can say this?
Sorry. I can understand.
Do you know another way to say this number?
1,300.
Okay.
Yeah.
1,300, that's right. But most native speakers would just say 1,300. It's very common, okay, to just say 1,300. It cost me $1,300, like that. Okay, how about the next one here, Jose?
Okay, 1,245.
Very good, excellent. 1,245. All right, now when it's a double zero number like 1,300, it is much more common to say just 1,300. With this second number, I can say 1,245, but it's probably more common to say 1,245, just the same way that Jose said it. Notice we say 45 before we say 45, 1,245. And we say use and before the last two numbers. Okay, how about the last one here? Jose, second Jose.
15
or first Jose.
15 and 345.
15 what? You need to say 15,000.
Oh.
Okay.
15,000 and 345.
Okay. Very good. Okay. All right, hang on. How do I say? Oh, I just thought of another one. So. Okay. Alberto, how do I say this?
$1 million.
Ah, $1 million. You don't need of, Alberto. $1 million. Yeah. You do need an article though, just for everyone, the class. You need to say $1 million, and plural with an S. Okay, very good. $1 million. Jose, Mr. Andres.
Okay.
How do you say this? Here.
Of July 2013.
This is kind of a trick question. Yes, you're right. You couldn't help but be right. But one thing you have to be careful of if you're getting a letter or a bill or something from an American. Yes, in Europe, the day first, then the month, then the year, of course, which is totally logical. But for some reason, I don't know why, I can't explain this, but for an American, you're probably, you being European, yes, this is the 8th of July, 2013. As an American, this is August 7th, 2013, for me. All right, so be careful of that. So as far as English, it depends. Are you talking to a Brit or are you talking to an American? So very easy. So frankly, when I was working in business and I knew I had to communicate with Europeans, I would write it like this. Oops, no comma. July 8, 2013. Okay, like that. So I would actually write the word, so I made sure that I didn't have a problem with the date. And yes, we usually say 2000. You can say 2013. You can say 2013 too. However, for example, okay, other Jose, how do I say this number?
2006.
2006, right. You're never really going to hear in English 26. That doesn't, because it sounds like, of course it sounds like 26, which is obviously not correct. 2006, definitely. Okay. Alberto.
Yeah?
Go ahead and please read this imaginary phone number.
Everything is set by set.
However you want to.
Say. Tell me.
What? I'm sorry?
No. Then I start.
Yeah.
8015557864.
Okay, that was very American type rhythm of phone number reading, and also very good. Please note that Alberto didn't say 0 here or Z. He said O, 801. Okay, I have definitely heard my British friends say Z, 8Z1. So, again, another British American thing. American always says O. Anytime we're giving any kind of number, whatever, a zip code, our hotel number, I'm in room 302. I live on 207 Maple Drive. Please turn to page 103. We always say O. That means 0. Okay. All right. Now we're going to look at something different here. Okay, hang on. Let me do my screen share thing here. Okay, Jose, how about this one? How would you say this?
Okay. 1770.
1770. Okay, that was very good. That was excellent, in fact. You may have noticed he very correctly put stress 1770. His pitch went higher. He put stress on these words. However, in reality, okay, now 70 is right. That's how we say 70. Much more stress in the beginning. 70. But normally, when we say 17, we say it with the stress on the last syllable. 17, like that. 17. This is so we can tell the difference, okay, between, very important in business when you're giving numbers, quantities, or of course prices. You're talking about price. Very important to make sure that the number can be understood. So 70, all right, has your pitch should rise at the beginning. 17, you should exaggerate the pitch a little, is what I'm trying to teach you. Use a little bit more high pitch than you normally use. $17. The girl is 17 years old. The old man is 70. And reduce the T in 70. 70. The old man is 70. Now, that's all well and good, but notice, excuse me, when Jose read this number, he did in fact read it correctly, but he did something very strange. He took this normal stress of 17 and he changed it, which in fact was exactly the proper thing to do. 1770. We do that so we can keep a rhythm. Nowhere ever in English do we actually have two primary stresses in a row. This does not actually exist. This goes back to talking about rhythm. Talking about numbers is useful for talking about rhythm when speaking, okay, because you get a lot of good examples. All right? This never ever happens in real life. It can't happen because it sounds like you're screaming or something. 1770. What? It sounds very bizarre. In English, we have up and down rhythm. My pitch goes up and down, alternates. All right, so what Jose did very correctly is he moved the stress. Movable stress, and this does happen in English. Now, it doesn't happen very often because it isn't necessary very often, because you may or may not know this, most nouns, not all, definitely there are definite exceptions, but most nouns have stress at the beginning of the word. All right? Most adjectives have stress at the beginning of the word. Often verbs can be different, but often verbs have stress at the end. So in normal speech, the way that the order of the words when we speak in English, there's a reason for them. It's so that we have adjective up, down, noun up, down, and then a pause to show the verb, and then the verb has stress at the end. Actually, the rhythm helps us pick out nouns and verbs in a sentence. You know, this is very hard to do actively thinking, but I'm just really kind of expressing the whole theory thing to you now. So in reality, this movable stress 1770 is not really necessary very often. The only reason it's necessary here is because we have an adjective 17 where the stress is at the end of the word, which is not normal. I'm going to give you another example here. Jose, other Jose, second Jose. Okay, here. Please do me a favor. Read this word here.
Chinese.
Chinese. Okay. Chinese. All right. Now, normally, the stress would be on the end. Chinese. All right. And continue helping me out here, and go ahead and read this word.
Yes. Chinese citizen.
The second word, by itself, just by itself.
Citizen.
And it's citizen, yes, it's an S. The C is an S sound. Citizen.
Citizen.
So, citizen. Okay, so the problem is that we'd have stress here in the beginning of the word. When we put these two words together, okay, try reading the whole thing together.
Chinese citizen.
Okay. Citizen. You tried to go low on citizen. You naturally tried to go low, but this is the stress. What do you think, Alberto? You want to try it?
Yeah, I think you have to stop between Chinese and citizen.
You have to stop.
Chinese citizen.
Ah, that's it. Actually, you did it. I don't even think you know what you're doing, but you did. You sure did. Your pitch went up on the first part. Instead of Chinese, you said Chinese. Chinese. High, low. So you go high on Chinese. You move the stress. Chinese citizen. Like that. Up, down. Chinese citizen.
It's difficult to learn it.
Yeah, it's difficult to learn it, and you know what? You did it. You know, I'm kind of teaching you actually what you already know, because you did it quite naturally, and you did it perfectly. So it's just, I guess, I don't know. It's interesting to see how it works, or I don't know, interesting to me, but I'm a teacher. Okay. Anyway, that's called movable stress, and it does happen in English. Every word has primary stress. Sometimes we move the stress around. Basically, when I'm teaching, especially beginner English, I have a philosophy, if you will, about teaching English, especially as far as pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. And I will share my theory. First of all, pronunciation is important. Obviously, learning how to speak the sounds is very, very important. You should practice to make sure any sounds like TH or R and L that you don't know, you should practice until you know it. Pronunciation is very, very important, of course, or you will not be understood speaking English. Then, word stress is also very important. In fact, as I'm teaching students, often I won't understand what the student is saying, even though their pronunciation is perfect. Maybe their word stress is wrong. So if the word stress is wrong, you still won't be understood. In fact, any word, if you do not know the stress, where to raise your pitch in the word, you will not be understood at all. Like, for example, tomato, you can understand me. Tomato. Oh, yummy, delicious fruit. I had spaghetti tonight with tomato sauce. Okay, but if I call it tomato, I made a lovely tomato sauce. You're not going to know, you probably would not understand me. Tomato. What? Okay, so pronunciation is important, stress is more important. Then you start to learn rhythm, which we discussed a little bit today. Rhythm, actually, believe it or not, and most language learners don't really understand this, rhythm is actually more important than stress. Because if you use a very choppy, weird, strange rhythm, you will also not be understood. What? Your brain can't comprehend a very strange rhythm pattern. And then, once you start to learn about English rhythm, you can learn English intonation. So you can understand how people feel when they're speaking. And actually, intonation, I will change my rhythm, my stress, and my pronunciation in order to express my intonation. So that is actually the most important thing of all. And many language learners do not really learn that because my intonation can change everything. Okay, with that being said, let's get back to numbers. I want to kind of talk about numbers and time. Okay. And
Teacher,
how, yes.
Excuse me.
Sure.
About the last sample, it said 1770 because it's an address. So why can we do we say 1770?
Okay. Well, okay. That was a good question. All right. Yeah, I was thinking of when we give a date. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really say that, did I? When we give a date, we are never going, ever, never, never, ever, I just didn't even think to say it. We would never say, you know, I would never say, for example, the American Revolution started in 1776.
Yeah, understood. It's a date. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the reason.
I think it was a number, only a number.
Okay. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. I didn't clarify that. My mistake. Okay. Okay, Alberto. How can I say in English this?
3:15 p.m.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
What's another way I can say it?
Yeah, it's past. I can't remember.
You know it.
Younger.
You've almost got it.
It's half, a quarter half. Yeah, quarter half 3 it could be.
Oh, well, you're so close. You're just so close. Jose, can you think of a way to say it? Another way besides 3:15?
Yeah. Quarter past 3 p.m.
Quarter past 3. Yes. Okay. Okay, and I can say quarter past or quarter after. Now, I think quarter past, I think, is British, and quarter after is an American. But now, at this point, honestly, I get them mixed up because My British friends use both. My American friends use both. So I think both have become common. British to American, American to British. It used to be one of these British versus American things. Now, I don't know. It's either one. Of course, any time, regular time, you know, you're never going to be wrong saying it's 3:22. Now, it's 3:22. Okay, I can say PM, or I can say 3:22 in the afternoon, obviously. Okay. Jose Andres.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. Let me give you another one. Okay, what time is this?
Half 3 a.m.
Okay, half past. Okay, you can say half past 3.
Half past, yes. Half past 3 a.m.
A.M. Or you can say, obviously, 3:30 in the morning. Or you can say 3:30 in the morning. The dogs woke me up at 3:30. Speaking of AM and PM, do you know what AM means? Anybody? This is does anybody know it?
After meridian or
Very
before
good.
12. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Meridian. I can't spell, but okay. And PM, of course, is
Post meridian.
Yes. In fact, you are perfectly correct, sir. That's right. So, what's another way, Alberto, to say this word, this time?
12 o'clock.
Yes, it's 12 o'clock. What's another way I can say that?
12 p.m.
12 p.m., yes. Well, can anybody, Jose or Jose? Or Jose or Jose?
Yes.
What? Can you think of another way to say this?
It's midday or midnight.
Midday? Okay, well, PM. So, yes, midday. I can also say noon.
And no.
Yes, noon. And, of course, 12 a.m. is what?
Midday.
Midnight. Yes. 12 a.m. is midnight. That's right. Okay. How about, let's go back to our times here. Jose, other Jose. Other Jose. Was it Jose number 1? Yeah.
Yes.
I would read you. I can't read your. What's your last name? Is that real? Fico? I can't pronounce that. What? Say again?
Jose the first and Jose the second.
Jose the first and Jose the second. I'll give you ordinal numbers.
Yeah.
Like you're the king. The kings of Spain. Okay. Terrific. Okay, how about this one? 3:45.
3:45 p.m.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I said it, didn't I? Duh. Silly me. Okay. What's another way I can say this?
Yes. Quarter to 4 p.m.
Yes, very good. 3:45.
in the evening.
Yeah, 3:45. I can say quarter of. It's 4:15. Very good. All right. Okay. Now let's talk about prepositions for a minute. We've got a few minutes left. If I want to meet you this time, whoops. Why did I do that? Oopsie. Okay. Have a meeting. Alberto, how do I say this? I want to have a meeting.
6 p.m.
Okay, but I need to say, let's have a meeting at 6 p.m. I'm sorry, I wasn't very clear what I was trying to ask you. Okay, when we tell exact times, we always use the preposition at. I'll see you at 6 p.m. I'll see you at 5 a.m. Whatever. Yeah, okay. All right, what if we, Jose, Andres.
Okay.
How about I'm going to meet you this month? What preposition do I need to use?
In July.
Perfect. You are correct. In July. Absolutely. Okay. How about if I say, what's today? Thursday?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What if I want to meet you Thursday? What do I say? What preposition?
On.
On. That's correct. On Thursday. That's right. Okay. How about if I want to meet you this time? What preposition do I need? Alberto, do you know?
In.
You are correct. In the afternoon, in the morning, in the evening. Very good. Okay.
At night, for example.
Night. Now isn't that strange? Strange but true. You're strange but true. You're absolutely correct. We say, I say in the evening, but I say at night. I do not ever say at day. I say in the day. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the daytime. But I can say at night. It was 10 o'clock at night, for example, when he called. Can you guys hear me? I'm getting a mute sign. No. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Weird, strange mute thing. Okay. Do you guys have any? We've only got a minute or so. Do you guys have any questions for me about numbers? Or talking about numbers? We're talking about equations or times or anything. Anything at all? Okay. Well, let me see if I can think of one or two more. Hang on.
No.
All right. Let's look at algebra here. Okay, how can I say this? A little algebraic formula. What the heck is this, you may say? How can I read this? Anybody want to give this a try? Let's see, Jose 1. You don't know? What is this mess? Does this take you back to your algebra days? Okay. All right, so this would be probably, and actually, you know what? I wrote this kind of wrong. These would probably be small letters. 2x minus 7y equals 356. Often we see, for some reason, when we write math equations, we often use x and y, very common. And then we figure out, using algebra, using algebraic formulas, we figure out, of course, what the values of x and y are. Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me and talking about numbers. Thanks a lot. I have to go now. But thanks, and I hope I'll see